The lesson I cherish the most is how important it is to love what you do. If you love what you do and it's making you happy, all the hard work and perseverance will pay off. When you know you're truly giving it your all, there's no greater feeling in the world. I once had a guidance counselor tell me that I shouldn't play basketball, that it would never amount to anything for me. And you know what? Much to your surprise, I took that counselor's advice. I took it and I used it to be the best basketball player I could be. His negativity towards me made me stronger. You can't stop people from trying to limit your dreams, but you can stop it from becoming a reality. Your dreams are up to you. I encourage you to always be curious, always seek out things you love, and always work hard once you find it.
Slaves worked all the hours they were awake for their entire lives. In American history, in Egyptian history, in the rest of the world that had slaves, which is most of the world at some given point. I think, like, if they can do it, so can I. Now you're like, well, did they have a happy existence? Well, they didn't get to pick the work they did, but it means that you can work. That's if you have the cap behind you. You can work every hour of the day. I'm like, well, if you get to have the cheese and you get to eat the cheese the whole way you're going, then, I mean, there's the famous quote, the person who loves walking walks further than the person who loves the destination, right? And so, like, I think it's the same thing. But so many people want to project their idea of what they think your life should be like onto you. And it's just completely irrelevant. It just doesn't matter. Like, if all I did, if I weren't married, right? Because people are like, okay, well, he is married, and like, I am in shape, but I also just like working out. But if I didn't have either of those things and all I did was work all day, more people would talk about the work-life balance thing for me than they currently do. And who cares? I fundamentally am like, you are going to die and you're not going to matter, and I'm going to die and I'm not going to matter. So why do I care about what you're going to say when you're not even going to show up to my funeral? Who gives a shit?
What is it that you're taking an enjoyment from then? The one step deeper than this, there is something that you're optimizing for.
Oh, I love the reward.
What reward?
The micro rewards I get every day. Like,
of operating a business.
Of all things business related.
Yep.
So I love writing the book about business. I love talking to my editor about what we're changing. Oh, that's a really way better way to say it, right? Or I like tweeting about the thoughts that we have. I love doing discussions like this because I talk about my favorite topic, which is business for the most part. And I actually am pretty averse to punishment. I've learned that about me. Like, I do not like it. And when I say punishment in the formal sense, like things you don't like, right? And so, like, I avoid them like the plague. I don't do them. And so I just do as many of the things I can that reward me as frequently as possible.
But from the outside, to a lot of people, that looks like punishment.
Right. Yes.
Like, if in my mind, my goal for my arms was, okay, I want them to get to 19 inches. That would be awesome. Then I'm just setting myself up for dissatisfaction. Because once I get there, I'm going to have to change my goal and say, okay, now I want 20. And every time I get there, I won't even be satisfied, right? So what really kind of satisfies me in terms of my training isn't necessarily hitting any specific milestone, be it weight, strength, size, whatever. It's more so just, making progress over time, right? The guy who likes walking is going to walk further than the guy who likes the destination. You understand? And that's, it's easy to say. It's easy to say this motivational shit or whatever. It's harder to put it into practice. But, if you go to the gym on a consistent basis for long enough, it's just going to become normal life. It's not even going to be a challenge for you to go in. And you should start to see some results coming in. Right? Your workouts will pay dividends. Good way to think about it, Warren Buffett style. But let's get the fuck out of here.
People want to find their passion, but you don't find it, you create it. And you create it by getting good at something. And to get good at stuff, you start by doing something you suck at. Then you get good, then you like it, then people ask how you found your passion. Answer: by starting when you sucked and not giving up.
Yeah, I hate the passion mantra. I really do. I mean, part of it was because I'll even play it out. So I read all the same self-help books early on when I was, in my entrepreneurial days, and I was trying to find my passion, and I was into fitness. And so I was deciding between fitness, test prep, because I was good at test prep, and frozen yogurt, because I like dessert, right? So these are my 3 quote passions, which let's just translate that into things you're interested in. And so as soon as I started the gym, my passion disappeared. It became work. And I had a different mentor later in my life who said, never create work around your passion, because then it'll become work. And he was a guy who's a very successful business guy. And I think about that actually more than I share, because it's just complete and utter bullshit, because it assumes that what you're going to be doing every day is the thing that you're currently really interested, which also doesn't make you money. And so your behavior has to change. And whenever you're doing these new things, one, they'll be new, which means you will suck at them, which means you'll probably not like them. But it's also part of it. And so I would prefer to take the extreme opposite position of everything will suck, and eventually you will get good at the things that you suck at, and then you'll enjoy being competent at that thing, which will then probably give you status, and you'll enjoy the fruits of status more than the pain of doing the thing. And in so doing, create a positive feedback loop that you'll actually keep sticking with it. And so I'd rather set the expectation that everything is terrible all the time, forever. Now let's see if we can become the person who can still do it anyways, and start that as the baseline, rather than trying to assume that I need perfect conditions in order to start. Because, starting is the perfect condition. Whatever condition that you're in, that you start, was the perfect condition.
But hopefully what you get from tonight is the understanding that those times when you get up early and you work hard, those times when you stay up late and you work hard, those times when you don't feel like working, you're too tired, you don't want to push yourself, but you do it anyway. That is actually the dream. That's the dream. It's not the destination, it's the journey.
And that's when you grow. It's hard to learn a new language, but I want to do stuff that I've never done before. I want to feel so uncomfortable I can't stand it, but I want to be able to manage it. I don't want to have a nervous breakdown, but that's why I have Adam here. Adam watches me and says, okay, that's enough. But I'm very fortunate. I've been very fortunate in life, and bodybuilding has been great to me. But what I'm here to tell you is that life doesn't happen to you. We all think that life happens to me, right? Life happens for you. It happens for you. Opportunities will come to you every day. It's either for you, you can remain scared of the opportunities, or you can embrace them and take them. What I finally realized that, and I want to share this with you, if you give up on your dreams, what do you have left? Nothing. I can't live that way. I have to live on the edge. If it wasn't bodybuilding, I'd probably be a motorcycle or cross country, jumping cars or something crazy. But that's why I'm in this business. It's never been about the money. It's always been about the love of the game, the energy I gained from it. And that's really, when it's about the money, you get in trouble. Money should be a side effect to what you love to do. And that's what I bring to the gym every single day. And that's what when I work with Sergio Oliva Jr. and other top guys and guys you don't even know, and David Hoffman, that's what I try to bring to the table. That energy and that thirst of where it's not just about, I hope I do well. It's like you have to want success in the gym as much as you want to breathe.
Giving yourself permission to be unhappy, or at least for me, giving myself permission to be unhappy for an extended period of time in order to get what I wanted, gave me so much relief from, honestly, I don't like using the word nowadays because it has so many associations, but just from the depression or the funk that I was in for a few years.
Right.
Yeah, I just didn't like my life. And I'd achieved by most measures, because I don't have the, school failed me. I was a whatever. I wasn't that. I finished in 3 years and I did really well in school and I had a really good job. But it was empty for me. And so my goal is things we talked about earlier, but my personal goal is to squeeze every ounce of potential out of whatever I have. And I think that if you feel like you have potential left over, then it will eat you alive until you do something about it.
Yes, the final words. What's the last thing you want to say to the audience?
For God so loved the world
that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have eternal life. A comedian in Las Vegas said, "How much do you think I have to hate you if I believe that Jesus is the way to heaven and not tell you?"
Wouldn't you agree?
I agree with that. That's not what I'm arguing. You're deviating from the point. Why should I believe that Jesus was resurrected?
Because the historical evidence is that
Okay,
he really died and he really rose from the dead.
You give me some medical records and I'll believe it, okay? You show me Jesus Christ's medical chart, I'll buy into it. I'll be a Christian today.
Ma'am, they didn't keep medical records in the first century.
Oh, that's so convenient, isn't that? That's wonderful.
No, rather, it's real convenient for you to say, knowing full well they didn't keep medical records in the first century, it's so convenient for you to say, all right, if you give me the medical records, then I'll believe. Talk about convenient. Give me a break. Come on, man, let's be honest. How convenient of you to say, unless we have it on Polaroid film, I can't believe it, knowing full well they didn't have Polaroid film in the first century. How convenient of you to say, well, show me the medical records from NYU Hospital, and then I'll believe Jesus rose from the dead, knowing full well NYU Hospital did not exist in the first century. Come on, man. Homer, Herodotus, Sophocles, Plato, Aristotle. Show me the medical records for them, will you? Historical knowledge is not based on medical records, ma'am. It's based on the trustworthiness of eyewitness testimony. And the eyewitnesses is that Herodotus and Aristotle and Cicero and Virgil really lived. They're not just figments of people's fertile imagination. And the historical evidence is that Jesus really lived, really died, and really rose from the dead. And eyewitnesses saw him risen from the dead. And they wrote what they saw. That's historical knowledge. But these guys died claiming we saw Jesus risen from the dead. He is Lord. Which means if they didn't see him, they were lying.
But this isn't in any Roman writings. There's no record of this slaughter.
Eusebius records it wonderfully.
Schizophrenia is the common.
That's right. Jesus was a schizophrenic. And so were Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. They were all patches of schizophrenics. How on earth can you read the Gospels, the teachings of Christ, and conclude that the guy had mental problems? How on earth can you read the Sermon on the Mount and conclude that Jesus had mental problems? Come on. Jesus goes to people who have a heart attitude. I want to know you. And the UT Austin student says, well, look what he did for Thomas. I mean, Thomas struggled with doubt. All the other apostles said, hey, Thomas, we saw Jesus risen from the dead. And Thomas said, not unless I can see him with my own eye. Not unless I can take my hand and put him the nail prints in his hands. Not unless I can take my hand and thrust it in the Spirit in his side, will I believe. And one night all the disciples were together, including Thomas, and suddenly Jesus stood among them. And he went right up to Thomas and said, my man right here, take your hands and put them in the nail prints in my hands. Take your hand and thrust it in the Spirit in my side. And Thomas stopped doubting and believed. And Thomas hit the ground and said, my Lord and my God. There was a genuineness to Thomas that was incredible. And you bet, when this genuine guy named Thomas hit a wall of doubt, he just couldn't get it. Jesus has risen from the dead? Jesus met him in his doubt. And he didn't say, you stupid idiot, why'd you doubt? No, he understood Thomas's doubt, and he met him in that doubt. But you see, Thomas was no Pontius Pilate. Hey, Jesus, let's play a game. Thomas was no University of Florida student. Hey, God, part the cloud right now. Shine a beam of sunlight down on me right now, and I'll believe in you. Hey, God, I'm praying right now. A on this exam that I've not studied for. And if I get an A, I'll believe in you. If I don't get an A, I'm going to cross you off. See, those are trite games. And God doesn't play those games with people. But a sincere guy like Thomas, oh yeah, God's right after him. So my first point to you is use the good mind that God has given you. Look at the evidence. And my second point is be sincere, be genuine, and cry out to God. God, if you really are there, I want to know you.
Within Christianity, let's kind of break that down. Biggest difference between Christian, non-denominational Christians versus Catholicism versus LDS Mormonism.
Catholicism and non-denominational Christian churches hopefully stick to the orthodox Christian faith. One God, three persons, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, deity and humanity of Christ, sinless life, atoning death on the cross, resurrection, ascension to heaven, he's coming back a second time. Now, I've got a lot of wonderful Mormon friends, but I'm sorry, Joseph Smith made some big errors. And one of the biggest errors he made is, once again, the identity of Christ. Mormonism, in its fundamental teachings, teaches that Jesus and Lucifer are brothers. What? No. Jesus is the eternal God. Lucifer is a created angel who fell, who rebelled against God. They are not brothers. And there are other reasons that I think it's very hard to follow Mormonism for intellectual reasons. You got to be intellectually honest. And Joseph Smith, nice guy in many ways, but boy, oh boy, did he ever twist some of the teachings of Christ, not the least of which is polygamy. You can't read the Bible and walk away saying polygamy is good. When Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines, the Bible's not saying, oh, that was good. When David had a few wives and some concubines, the Bible's not saying that was good. That polygamy that's recorded in the Old Testament is not saying, oh, polygamy is good. No, right at the beginning in Genesis 2:24 we read, for this reason a man shall leave his father and mother, be united to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Not the 10 become one flesh. The two become one flesh. So God's purpose in creating us male and female is, for this reason a man shall leave his father and mother, be united to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. That's not polygamy, that's monogamy.
Because Einstein understood, if the Big Bang is true, my pantheism, which means everything is God, is wrong. There's a creator. Because everything that has a beginning has a cause. The universe has a beginning, therefore the universe has a cause, and it's far more reasonable to believe in the beginning an intelligent mind caused it than to believe nothing caused it. Right. And that's philosophically unacceptable. Bang! What caused that? Nothing. That is stupidity. Rank stupidity. Everything that has a beginning has a cause. The universe has a beginning, therefore the universe has a cause. What is the best answer to the question, who caused the universe?
In that case, it would be God, right?
Yeah, God is the most reasonable explanation.
What I'm just saying is, why try and force your views on someone else? Or not force them, but why try?
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I'm not forcing anything on anybody out here.
You're right, but why try and convert people to what you think?
Good. All right, fine. Let me answer that. I disagree with you when you say, if there really is a God, he can give us different religions that contradict each other and it's all equally true. No, I'm convinced that if there is a God who delights in speaking the truth, he's not going to give us contradictory messages.
Well, you see, it's not, men err. They make mistakes all the time. I mean, people who believed in Christianity, people who believed in the Bible, how many countless lives have died because people believed in the Bible? The Crusades, the Inquisition.
So what?
So what?
Yeah.
People are killing people in the name of God, and you say, so what?
Yeah, I sure do. Because that tells you nothing about God. It tells you a lot about those corrupt people.
So how can that...
So what's your point?
So I'm saying, why do I need religion? Because
you don't.
You know, you say
you do not need religion.
You say Christian is the best. The Muslim guys say Islam is the best, and you know whoever has its religion say that's the best. You should follow this because this is the best. Why should I follow any religion?
You should. Do not follow religion. Follow Jesus Christ, not religion. Religion has been used to justify the Crusades, the Inquisition, the Salem witch trials, enslaving African Americans. I think you'd be an idiot to follow religion. Jesus Christ is totally different from religion. I would never follow religion. Never.
So you would just follow a guy?
I would follow God. I would follow Jesus Christ. Yes, sir. If you think I'm going to follow American Christianity, no way. Absolutely no way. I'd be a fool to follow American Christianity. To follow Jesus Christ, that's radically different. Totally different. To follow Jesus Christ has nothing to do with being a Republican. Has nothing to do with being a Democrat. It has to do with following God, following Christ. That's the bottom line. Jesus talked about the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven. He called people to follow him.
And I'm still convinced that Satan is having a heyday in our culture, just ripping people away from Christ and ripping them away from the scriptures and having them buy into moral relativism, secularism. I mean, if you just think about the results of living a life without God, it's meaningless. That's why Albert Camus, the great French atheistic existentialist philosopher, said the only question modern man must answer is why not commit suicide? I mean, if your birth is an accident and your death is an accident, then the only thing that lies between these two accidents is another accident, your life. So why continue to suck wind? Why not just end it all? And his point was, if you don't think about that, you're being intellectually dishonest. And the good news of Jesus Christ is, no, your birth is not an accident, and your death is not an accident, and there's eternal life out there. So you better handle life very wisely and very carefully, and you better use the talents that God has blessed you with to make this world more like heaven will be. And that's really understanding and coming to grips with the purpose of life.
If there is no God, if there is no God, you don't love a woman. You have a sex drive, and that woman satisfies your sex drive. If there is no God, your mom and dad don't love you. They have a drive to preserve the genetic pool, and that's why they care for you. I think he's right. Because if there is no God, you reduce reality to matter and energy. That's all there is to reality. Now, my experience of life contradicts that. I know B.F. Skinner says I'm dreaming, but I disagree when I say I am free to respect you or to be disrespectful. In fact, last night I sat on my bed. No, I didn't. I sat in the car going home with my buddies, the place we're staying. And I said, you remember that blonde-haired guy who was standing over there yesterday? Remember how intense I came on to him? That was really wrong of me. If he's out here again today, I'm going to have to apologize to him. See, I am capable of self-reflection, self-judgment. I'm convinced. Nietzsche to me, God is dead.
Yesterday you said the Lord, Jesus Christ, is God.
Yes?
But Jesus Christ is crucified, he's dead.
Hey, he rose from the dead.
Well, where is he?
Where is he?
Yeah.
He's in heaven.
No, he's dead then.
No, he's alive.
I mean, you know, when you die and you go to when you die and you go to heaven, you're dead. I mean, you're not alive. That's my, that's my philosophy of.
Let's go over it step by step. He died on a cross. He was put in a tomb.
Oh, we know that. We know the story. We know everything.
I don't think you all do.
We know
Maybe you
the
do.
story.
I don't think everybody here does.
Yes, we know it. Everybody knows. Everybody. Well,
he was put in a tomb. A stone was rolled in front of the tomb. A Roman guard was set to make sure that nobody would steal his body.
Yes, we know the story.
All of his disciples dispersed in disillusionment. Case closed. The guy's dead.
There we go.
3 days after that, they saw him risen from the dead.
No, that's right. I'm following. You're right. I agree. I know that. We know that. Everybody knows that.
So they saw Jesus over a period of 40 days. He appeared at different times in different places, risen from the dead.
That's right.
Then he ascended to heaven.
True.
So you ask me, where's Jesus now? Well, he's not over in Palestine. He ascended to heaven.
So, I get an email the other day. This young man wants to be a ranger, but he's afraid to go to ranger school. Not because how hard the training is, but because he's afraid if he fails, what people are going to say by judging him. One thing in life, this applies to everything in life. Anytime you move from being normal to trying to be exceptional, people aren't going to like that shit. Those normal people, it makes them feel like shit, so they're going to judge you. And nowadays, it's very easy to be a fucking coward. Why? We got Instagram and shit. Most folks don't tell you to your face. They go online, they post about it like cowards. Don't let cowards get in your fucking head. And last thing, make sure you do you. Stay hard. What the hell are we all waiting for to start attacking life? Waiting for the fucking stars to align? Back when I was growing up, the song came out. All I need is a miracle. Well, guess what? That miracle ain't coming. There is no perfect time to start. You gotta start now with changing your life. We're all being tested in life. And guess what? This is one test you can't cheat on. We all have our own test. Some of us are obese. Some of us are depressed. Some of us are insecure. In the military, we had this big old rucksack on the back. Had batteries, water, extra gear. Your extra gear is the shit you're dealing with in life. And the only way to overcome it is for you and you alone to face it. You gotta do your best work when you're the least motivated. So those days you don't want to do it, guess what you gotta do? You gotta suck it the fuck up and do it. Stay hard.
With people, I'm trying to build people up. I'm trying to armor their mind. I'm trying to get them the belief. Because this world we live in is tough. It's tough. It will beat you down. The world and the life that we live in is the ultimate competitor. It will try to take you out. It will find your weakness and it will fucking just hammer you.
It's like a personal curse.
100%. So If I can help you build belief, build confidence to the point where nothing can hurt you because you know exactly who you are. You've faced your demons. You've been able to go on an audiobook in your mind. Maybe you didn't write a book, but in your mind, you were able to hear all your past traumas. You were able to listen to them.
So there's different leadership styles. One right now is in this weakened society. It's the instant gratification. Give a pat on the back the second they do anything. Show them that you're doing a good job. Guess what? There's a lot of things in life that don't deserve a pat on the back. A pat on the back comes when you overachieve things that you're supposed to do. In life, there's a lot of things we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be our fucking best. We're supposed to get up early. We're supposed to work out. We're supposed to be uncomfortable. We're supposed to do all these fucking things that people are now looking for a fucking pat on the back. How about this leadership style? Instead of people buying into the fucking pat on the back, buying into this shit right here, buying into the fact that, guess what? Instead of looking for a pat on the back, then they look at being a better team person. They look at better self. Then they look at doing a better family, all this other shit. Look at being the person, and you're not looking for a pat on the back, but you're leading from the front, knowing one thing. As a human being, we're supposed to do these things. There's so many times in life, you don't want to be doing what the fuck you're doing. You can't just fucking quit. Remember this isn't a hobby, it's in a fucking joke, it's a fucking lifestyle. So what you say to yourself is important. There's no fucking coach, there's no trainer to keep you going, it's only you. So think about this, you've been working your whole life to get a fucking seat at the table. The seat at the table is you want to be the best amongst all the best people in your fucking career field. So you finally get that letter. It's steak, lobster, it's a big dinner. Everybody's showing up, dressed to the nines. Make sure you're soaking wet for fucking getting after it, working out hard. Towel around your neck. You respect the event. So make sure you put that towel or that nice chair so you don't fuck it up. The whole thing is this. Don't say a word. Stay uncommon amongst uncommon people. You're never done. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. Stay hard.
So, like, for instance, let's say you have no races. Let's say you have no classes, no nothing. There's no purpose in your life. You know, people need to have purpose to get up. They need purpose to perform. You need to get to a point in your life where there's nothing on the docket. There's no 5K. There's no I'm going to get into school to be this or that and still perform to the highest level. Because what people don't get is one day that thing's going to come up. And if you're not constantly performing without purpose, you're not going to be ready when the time comes. It's this magical thing, purpose, that we're all looking for. But what's funny about it all is that we need these things to perform. But we don't take a second to realize the purpose is always there. The purpose never leaves us because the very purpose is you. You are always the purpose. There may be another purpose, like being a SEAL, going to college or whatever, but the main purpose in life is you.
We have two voices in our mind, and boy, I know they're fucking true. I've heard them, I hear them now, and they're real. There's that one voice, that voice I used to love to fucking hear, that we love to hear. It's that soft motherfucker voice that says, sleep the fuck in. It's okay. It's that coddling voice. You want to be hugged and nurtured and all that shit that says it's going to be okay. Well, there's another motherfucking voice that wakes you up in the middle of the night. It's not your girlfriend. It's not your boyfriend. It's that demon fucking voice that whispers in your fucking ear that says, get up, motherfucker. You're not fucking good enough. You gotta work fucking harder. You haven't put enough time in. It's that voice you want to run away from. It's that voice you don't want to fucking hear. But guess what? It's that voice you need to fucking listen to. Stay hard. Listen to the whisper. Well, it's that time of year again. We start to feel real happy. Why? Because we're not going to work. If you believe in Santa Claus and you celebrate Christmas, you're looking forward to Santa Claus coming down the chimney giving you some presents. It's a real good time of year. So in that good time of year, we start to feel real good about ourselves. So I start to feel great. So we start making promises to ourselves about, hey, I'm gonna lose some weight. I'm gonna do better in school. I'm gonna be better here, be better there. But guess what happens? The real Merry fucking Christmas happens when all of that noise is gone, it's quiet.
and it's you against you, and now all those endorphins are gone. And I promise you made by getting up early and getting after it to go lose weight, study harder, guess what? It's a lot fucking harder now. That repetition becomes a lot harder now. So a lot of us can't do things on our own. So find somebody in your life. So when you throw that towel in, they throw that motherfucker back at you and say you're not fucking done yet. Stay true to yourself, stay hard. But what is necessary is you have to build a person that can withstand the pressures of whatever they're gonna be dealing with in life. And we don't do that. I'm not trying to send a message of run 200 miles, be the baddest motherfucker in the world, but be tough. You better have a part about you that's tough, a part about you that can break down situations and get better. And break down situations very quickly within some trauma in your life, some devastation in your life, because it's gonna come. The devastation, the trauma is gonna come, and you can't allow that to become a Jersey barrier. It can't be a Jersey barrier. It has to be something that you can maneuver through very quickly and move forward. That takes a lot of toughness. So today, I decided to try to PR my long run. So the first half of the run, I'm feeling great. My mind is clear, nothing going on. I'm thinking about nothing but my running pace, what I'm doing, my breathing, everything like that. Get to mile 15, I turn around, and the demons start to creep in. That inevitable wall is creeping up on me. When you push so hard, something's about to give. And I started to give. My mind started to break down. I started feeling my legs starting to hurt. I started feeling dehydrated. Started feeling sorry for myself. Started looking around. No one knows I'm fucking out here running. Why don't you go ahead and just stop? Call your girl, have her pick you up. And that's when I feel like a little bitch. And this is when your mind has to fucking change. You gotta start thinking, I'm the grittiest motherfucker in the world. Your dehydration? Fuck it. Lick your motherfucking lips. Your fucking legs are all sore. You feel like you got shin splints and stress fractures. No, you don't. You got sore fucking legs. Get out of your head and stay hard. By no means am I an expert at this, but I do know a lot about living in the sewer of life. I've been getting a lot of emails from different loved ones about people who have killed themselves. My next door neighbor 2 months ago, she just killed herself. Tons of veterans I know, they killed themselves. I got an email 2 weeks ago from a family member that an 11-year-old boy killed himself from people at school bullying him. One thing about life is that people in life, they are the ultimate puppet masters. They exploit your weakness and they love to walk you around life and own space in your head. One of the biggest ways to cut those strings and walk on your own 2 fucking feet to your own destination in life is to build self-respect, self-esteem, self-discipline, all those things. Stay hard is not just about going to the fucking gym. Stay hard is about going that extra step when you feel like you can't. That's what builds self-esteem and self-respect. Stay hard. And every morning you wake up, you hold yourself accountable to that mission, not a company's, your own. Make up your own mission statement. What do you want to be in life? And once you do that, now you can work with somebody to get better. You can work with yourself to get better. But until you know what you want to stand for, you will always just be sitting down. You'll never stand for anything. I mean, I think that comes from overcoming. A lot of people, wonder, how did you become this? How did you become so vulnerable? How are you doing a podcast now when you were this kid? You overcame things. You fought them. And now this is what happens. This is on the other side of overcoming. You become very, very powerful when you overcome yourself. All those things you once cowered from, you were afraid of, when you face them eye to eye every day, you now become a person who has a great podcast. So another year has come and gone, and a lot of us are in the same fucking place we were last year. What the fuck are you waiting on? We sleep 1/3 of our fucking lives, and we think we can take fucking days off. We think we have the right to sit back and give ourselves fucking options on which way we're gonna go in life. Am I gonna run today? Am I gonna work out today? Well, it's Christmas. It's New Year's. It's my birthday. Do you think time gives a fuck that it's Christmas, that it's New Year's, that it's your birthday? You're giving yourself too many fucking options. Let me tell you one thing. Time is running out. You keep on sitting around wondering what the fuck you want to do.
You're just gonna run out of time. So make sure you do one thing. Stop following the fucking crowd. They may take time off, but you can't afford to. Stay hard.
I would like to know when you're in that moment failing and you have to keep going, what do you say to yourself?
What if? A lot of times I'll be in a 200-mile run or something like that, and I'm all jacked up. Body's broken, mind's broken, spirit's broken. I started to say, what if I can pull this off? When I first walked into the Navy SEAL recruiter's office, he looked at me and said, there's only been 35 African Americans in 70 years make it through. You know what I said to myself? What if I can be the 36th? It's the what if I can pull off a fucking miracle. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair growing up on my arms because it makes me just like, what if I can be that guy that people who call nigger and this and that, and now I'm speaking at Tom Ferry's fucking event.
So I'm getting ready to board my plane yesterday, and this NFL football player comes up to me. He goes, "Guys, can I ask you a question? How do you keep that dog mentality?" I said, "Let me ask you a question. When you were younger, what did you want to be?" He said, "An NFL football player. But once I got there, I lost that dog mentality." He had a finish line in his brain. Guess what? A true dog mentality, I have a dog at home. I can feed that motherfucker all day long. He never gets full. It's not enough he made it to the NFL. Be the fucking MVP. It's not enough you ran a 5K. Win a 10K. It's not enough you became a doctor. Be a better doctor. It's not enough you lost 50 pounds. Go out there and do something with it. Guess what? It's 109 out here, but guess what? It's not enough. Stay hard. When I was in the military, we go on these instructor-led runs. Most of the time, we knew the start and end point. So on the way back, I started seeing people getting happy and shit because the end was near. But there were some asshole instructors that would hear the happiness and go right on past the end point. When that happened, everybody stopped talking. Heads would start dropping. And I started taking fucking souls. At that time, I knew what happened in their minds. They were living off the hope factor. They hoped the instructors would stop running. They hoped the water was never cold. They hoped the weather was fucking good. I don't live off that hope shit. I wish the water was cold. I wish them motherfucking instructors keep on fucking running. I wish the fucking rain. When the ending is unknown and the distance is unknown, that's when you know who the fuck you are. Stay hard. We're on a hike in the middle of nowhere, out in the woods. You look up and you see a tree out in the distance. You see a dog tied up to that tree. You can tell by looking at it, it's a domesticated dog. As you get closer to it, you want to unchain the dog and save it. But as you get close to it, the dog is angry. The dog hasn't eaten in days. So his mentality's changed. That dog can become a fucking savage. In life, it's important for us to stay hungry. That hunger changes your mentality. You go from being domesticated to being a savage. Make sure you're on that fucking seat at the table. When the devil goes to bed at night, make sure he checks in on the bed with you. Stay home.
But where do you go to? You wake up on a morning, it's cold, it's wet, it's dark, you've got no cartilage in your knee, you've got shitty shorts, whatever it is that's the issue today.
Keep talking.
You've got these problems, right?
I need you to keep talking about what you were just saying.
It's warm on the couch. Your missus says stay in bed. It's comfy, it's cozy. You've got work later on. You had an argument last night. You're slightly hungover.
Cause I know every motherfucker ain't gonna do what I'm gonna do. So this is how you level up. That's how you level up. I know there's a whole bunch of people with that right there. That fires me up. That makes me fucking happy what you just said. That brings joy to my life right there.
Why?
Because I know there's so many people that have the ability and just refuse to get off that couch. Refuse to study a few more hours. Refuse to go deeper, to go further. And that's where I gain the advantage. It's so easy to be great nowadays, my friend, because most people are weak. Most people don't want to go to that extra mile. Most people don't want to find that extra because it sucks. It's miserable. It's lonely.
Life's all about time management. So I'm driving from Las Vegas to San Diego, and traffic got real bad. So got bumper to bumper. No one's moving and shit. So I'm doing 2-a-day runs right now. Run in the morning, run in the afternoon. So I plan on getting to San Diego, getting my run in. So instead of getting all poopy pants and feeling sorry for yourself and getting all frustrated because life has come at me, I decided to pull over because no one's moving anyway and utilize this time to get my miles in. I'm not saying do this. I'm not saying do this, but this is what I'm going to do right now. So utilize your time wisely.
Bro, what are you doing with your life, bro? What are you, I thought you said you want to be a great. I thought you said you want to be the best. But you don't act like you don't move like it. You wake up late. You sleep late. You don't study. You don't work out. You don't want this shit. And no one's gonna feel sorry for you when you don't get it. That's your problem.
Hard work looks horrible. It's not motivating. It's not motivating at all. It ain't like Rocky round 14 where he gets knocked down and he goes like this to Apollo Creed. Looks like a man being stuck in a fucking dungeon. And there's no fucking way out. But you have the fucking key. It's time to get back to work. Stop hearing yourself talk. Get off the podcast. Don't be on social media too much. Cut out all the fucking noise. Get back to the fucking mental lab. I became obsessed. I became obsessed with being the baddest motherfucker that God ever created. Am I that? I don't care. I believe it. And I was trying to tell him, once you become obsessed with something, obsessed, it's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be all this stuff people say, you gotta be balanced. To be the best in the world at what you do. It's not about being a Navy SEAL, people. The best at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of fucking energy and strength that you have to pull it off. Then you get balanced once you become great. And then you help other people become better from you being the best in the world. So if your family doesn't understand, why are you so daggone crazy? Because I'm trying to be the best I can to give you the best that I am. And it takes being fucking obsessed to where people think you're crazy.
If you really, like, I say this all the time, you really put your head down and you discipline yourself, bro, you'd be surprised to see what you can do in 60 days, let alone 5 months. Junk is crazy, bro. And it'd be amazing me because I know how possible and rare that is. I've seen it within myself plenty of times, but it's like, I'm always the type of person, bro, I want to go higher and higher. Like, okay, boom, I got to this level. Next time I do this, I want to get right here. Then I get right here. Like, it's like you got to exceed your expectations every single time. You never want to meet your own standard. Like, I just want to exceed. You got to be excellent. You got to excel in everything that you're doing. And I just want to, you want to shock yourself, prove it to yourself. It's not even about no one else. You're the only one that can stop you. You're the only one that can stop you. You're the only one that can stop you in the boxing. You're the only one that can stop you with a clothing brand, being a better filmer, learning more about YouTube. You're the only one that can stop you. No one should be and is in your way. That's how I feel. No one's in my way, bro. I don't got no restriction. You know what I'm saying? It's me versus me. It's you versus you. Every time you go look yourself in the mirror when you get up out of bed, that's your competition. That's the only one who can fuck this all up.
I think a hopeful message that anyone can think about who's in that hard period or in that start period is that it won't get harder. Like, this is the hardest part. And so if you can just make it through this, everything else is downhill. It's not that the things that the dragons are going to slay aren't going to get bigger. They are. But you become so much more equipped to slay them back. And you have so many more allies. You have people in the stands cheering for you. You have the audience. You have all of these other things that are behind you. But in the beginning, it's just you with a stick against a bear. And arguably that fight is a harder fight to win than beating a dragon when you have a nuclear bomb and 6 nations behind you. And so it's not even like the size of the hardship, it's just also the resources and how few of them you have, and how so much of the beginning is literally burning the one thing you have, which is time, because you have no leverage. You don't have the money to pay other people to help you. You don't have the resources to go like get someone no one can learn it for you. It's like there's a lot of the things that we care about a lot. Like no one can work out for you. Doesn't matter how much money you have. No one can learn skills for you. And so in the early days, like it feels so painful because you're like, you look around to see who can help you and then you're like, fuck, it's me again. I think that we are softer. And so the thing is that if you can barely decide to take any action at all and peel your eyes away from your phone for just a moment, it's so much easier to beat everyone else because most people are overweight, they're distracted, they're poor, they have so few skills because it has never been easier to start a business, to make money, to get in shape. It's just also never been easier to do nothing.
There's no fucking passion. There's no fucking motivation. There's no, oh my God, man, no. It's every day of your life just doing. No passion, no discipline, no motivation. All these words, I hate that so many people fucking use these words now because it's watered. It's someone sitting in a room by themselves and they figure themselves out and say, God, this is gonna fucking suck. Where's passion when you're 300 pounds? Where's the motivation when you can't read and write? Where is it? So how did this happen? I just fucking did. I just did. I said, maybe at the end of this journey, there'll be something there for me. If not, I can read. If not, I'm 185 fucking pounds. There's no magic potion. There's no, oh, let me wake up and look at some shit. No, all those words are overused. They're bullshit. It's all bullshit. Just do. You're living. How do you want to live? How do you want to die? How do you want to fucking be remembered? That's it. That's it. Period.
Hey, dog, you do realize that this can be the year that you change your life if you just lock in? A whole 365 days ago, day in and day out towards your goals with no distractions. We ain't hearing the excuses no more. Your future is tied to that. 2024 should be an apology tour to all the BS that you did last year. Lock in and change your life. Like your life depends on it. Because it do.
So I attracted a lot of fucking losers. And when you are in that mode of life and you're not around people getting up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning grinding, saying, come on, motherfucker, let's go. I'm not talking about the gym. I'm talking about when it comes to making money, when it comes to fucking anything. These people who are fucking just out of their mind obsessed. I didn't have that. I had people who are not waking up till 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, going to bed late, eating shitty foods, had no desires, had no goals, had nothing. And I sat there for too many years. And I got involved with people like that. I had relationships with people like that. And what happens is that becomes who you are. It took too long to come out of the dungeon, almost too long to where there would have never been a David Goggins. There is a time limit on everything, my friend. Everything has a fucking expiration date. There is no tomorrow. Some of us get granted a tomorrow, but there really is not one. I was lucky. And you never want to bring luck into your fucking life.
Well, it's that time of year again. We start to feel real happy. Why? Because we're not going to work. If you believe in Santa Claus and you celebrate Christmas, you're looking forward to Santa Claus coming down the chimney, giving you some presents. It's a real good time of year. So in that good time of year, we start to feel real good about ourselves. So I start to feel great. So we start making promises to ourselves about, hey, I'm gonna lose some weight. I'm gonna do better in school. I'm gonna be better here, be better there. But guess what happens? The real Merry fucking Christmas happens when all of that noise is gone, it's quiet, and it's you against you, and now all those endorphins are gone. And I promise you made about getting up early and getting after it to go lose weight, study harder, guess what? It's a lot fucking harder now. That repetition becomes a lot harder now. So a lot of us can't do things on our own. So find somebody in your life. So when you throw that towel in, they throw that motherfucker back at you and say you're not fucking done yet. Stay true to yourself, stay hard.
I take all comers, I don't duck any man.
Can we assume that Michael Dokes is one of the prospects?
All comers, come one, come all, because nobody can get close to me. They're not even close. I'm the best fighter in the world.
Now with the situation that you have.
I want to fight, and destruct the world because I'm the best fighter in the world.
You have to be consistent with yourself, all right? Even when you don't feel like you got to do it. If you are replacing clubbing and bar hopping with a gym membership, then even when you don't feel like it, you go to the gym. You be consistent, you be patient. And if you fall, and you're probably going to fall. You just get back up. All right. Once you get up from laying in the gutter, whatever your gutter is, for months and weeks and years at a time, when you get up, that doesn't mean you're never going to fall back down again. What it means is you got up the one time, it means you can get up the next time, and the next time, and the next time. And you keep getting up until you don't fall anymore. Okay? So you be patient, you be consistent, you don't quit.
You got to find the motivation that drives you, that is so, it's got to eat at you. You got to find something that eats at you. What is your motivation? When you get exhausted and you feel like turning around, what is your motivation? What is your dreams and visions? Your dreams and visions have to be so big that they dwarf all your fears. The way to win is you gotta have a vision board with stuff on it so big that no matter what the challenge is, no matter what the moment that happens to you, you can't give a damn, cause you got to make this happen. Because somebody counting on you, man. You have to be.
All the beatings, all the bullying, all the, you going through learning disabilities, all the struggles, it was the absolute perfect training ground for you to go to where you need to go. And that's how I started looking at my life versus woe is me, poopy pants, kick a rock down the street mentality. It was, God just hooked you right the fuck up. He hooked you right up, man, with the perfect place. You were training. For the first 18, 19, 20, you were training for this stuff, man. You had the advantage of everybody else versus, my God, they're so above me. They came from a great family. Mom and dad love them. They didn't have to learn, they didn't stutter, they didn't struggle. No, man, your struggle is what made you who you are now. So I started flipping this into a whole different, I started being a master of what I was scared of. I was scared of my mind. And I became literally a master of that mind. And that's what now, from now on, it sets me apart from most people. I started diving into that.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me, all right?
All right.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Do you think whether they're Muslim, Hindu, atheist, Catholic, do you think religiously it's okay to be friends or closely associated with someone that religiously disagrees with you but respects your religious values and rules?
Absolutely. I would take to be in this world, but not of it. In the sense of, when you go to parties here, social events, and there's a lot of binge drinking going on, it is a big mistake for a Christian to say, oh, I'm holier than thou, and oh, God would not want me here in this situation, so I'm never going to attend an event or a party where there are non-believers and they're doing, there's promiscuous living as well as serious partying going on. No. And yet, so when it comes to people of other worldviews, you have to be careful in one sense, in the sense of, there's something called sociology of knowledge, which came out of Boston University, which says you are more impacted by the thinking and lifestyles of other people than you could ever imagine. See, we think we are free thinkers. Atheists will often say, oh, I'm a free thinker. Not according to any sociological study. You are not a free thinker. You are more biased emotionally. You are more biased by the people you hang out with. It's scary. So when I say, obviously Jesus was the tax collectors, the prostitutes, the Pharisees, his best friends who were falling asleep on him during the hour of his greatest need, who were also denying that they even knew him. He was with all kinds of broken people, and yet he stood totally in his convictions to live a specific lifestyle and to love others. So be with those people, but also know exactly where you stand in your convictions because you've thought out why you believe what you believe.
With people, I'm trying to build people up. I'm trying to armor their mind. I'm trying to get them the belief. Because this world we live in is tough. It's tough. It will beat you down. The world and the life that we live in is the ultimate competitor. It will try to take you out. It will find your weakness and it will fucking just hammer you.
It's like a personal curse.
100%. So if I can help you build belief, build confidence to the point where nothing can hurt you because you know exactly who you are. You've faced your demons.
I would recommend you find someone that's more your equal, someone that you can engage with, someone that you're part of a team with, rather than someone that you're sort of domineering over.
I learned this the other day, that there's only one sentence in the Bible about how you should choose a partner, and it says that you should choose someone that you could go to war with.
I like it. That works. That's legit.
It's a team effort, a relationship, right? And would you purposefully choose a particularly vulnerable teammate because you're always going to be the person that's out in front? Probably not.
Yeah.
Make friends with people who want the best for you. And that's a meditation on my own childhood and adolescence to some degree. I had friends who wanted the best for me and friends who didn't. And, they were friends who, some of them were aiming up and some of them were aiming down. And if you have a friend that's aiming down and you do something that's aiming up, then they're generally not that happy about it. They, like you have an ethical responsibility to take care of yourself, you have an ethical responsibility to surround yourself with people who have the courage and faith and wisdom to wish you well when you've done something good and to stop you when you're doing something destructive. And if your friends aren't like that, then they're not your friends. And maintaining your friendships with them might not even be in their interest.
Come in. Come. Now you'll all be able to figure out amongst yourselves how to stay in touch so we can get together again soon. For now, let me pray over you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face to you and give you peace.